Yo, what's good, man? Hit that thumbs up button, notification gang, all that good stuff. So, this story leaked out last night that Antonio Brown, um, something from October 15th, and ironically, it comes out November 16th. Something about he broke a camera in the neighborhood. He had a temper tantrum, threw it, broke a camera. There was no charges pressed. There was nobody pressed charges, and the Bucks made a statement saying that they was already aware of that situation before they signed him. He's on a thin leash already. He's playing for a head coach that doesn't want him there. We all know Tom Brady's the only reason he got there. Bruce Arians got overlooked by the GM and the owner once again. So he's on a short leash. He really can't do anything. I think that's why Brady's got him staying at his house. It's like, let me try to make sure he doesn't get into any kind of trouble. So the Bucks were already aware of this. He's already got a pending case against him where he's got to go to court at the end of the year. But like I say, they're trying to sabotage Antonio Brown. I mean, it's just like a year ago. He played in New England. He was there 2 weeks, and after the first game, he caught the touchdown. He had that moment where his dad was in the stands, and he hugged him, and he was in Miami, and it was a great feel-good game. And then out of nowhere, like 2 days later, his former trainer, Brittany, whatever, sexual harassment allegations. And the Patriots, Robert Kraft, he panicked. You see how ashy my hands is? I just got off work. He panicked and cut bait with him. And then come to find out he was innocent. You know, Antonio Brown has been innocent of most of these charges. And I don't want to sound like I'm Johnny Cochran or something, but it's like, you know, y'all trying to sabotage my boy. My boy came out there, took a year off football, not on his own, and in 2 games, still just as productive, just as quick, still could run routes better than anybody, still got the crazy hands. Caught a ridiculous one-hand catch where he, on fourth down, I think, Sunday, where he tapped the ball in his right hand and caught it back. I mean, the fact that the guy missed football for a year and it only took him 2 games to get back to who he used to be 2 years ago when he was an MVP runner-up, he was the face on Madden, he was the golden boy. You know, now Gronk, that's my boy, but it took Gronk about 6 weeks to get his feet back, and he took a year off also. You know, what AB is doing is ridiculous. You know, you usually have to play football. You can't just stay in shape and be able to play football. You got to be able to play football to get in football shape. AB still fucking fly. You know what I mean? I've been rooting for him. I've been a fan since day one when he got drafted in 2010, and I've been telling people since like 2013 the best receiver in the league was when he played in Pittsburgh. I said he wears 84 in Pittsburgh, you know, and it's a shame. I'm not saying the guy doesn't have problems. I've always said he needs structure, like a lot of these crazy players do. They need structure, whether it's getting up 5 a.m. for workouts, film study, practice. He needs structure because without football, you've seen him get into more trouble ever in 1 year than he ever did in his life in 31 years of existence. He needs football to be productive, to keep his head straight. And he looks happy, you know, at the end of the game, cheesing and grinning with Brady. And I think Brady, because Shannon Sharp questioned the authenticity of their relationship. And I'm like, yeah, they might not go to the Derby together or whatever, but I think Brady can relate to AB because he went from being the golden boy at one point to being kind of like the villain with that whole Deflategate thing. Then he became the anti-hero and had the highest selling jersey for like 5 straight seasons. So he knows what it's like to have the media turn on you and they're rooting against you every single week. I mean, sports media, they're just waiting. They're just looking at the clock waiting for Antonio Brown to fuck up, say the wrong thing, get sent home from practice. Arians cuts him. They're waiting for it to happen. I can't remember the last time a player that people were waiting on a guy's downfall like that. And I'm like, I love redemption stories and second chances. I'm like, okay, the guy's been quiet. His social media has been dead. I mean, what more do you want? You know what I mean? It's like Cameron Jordan was like, if he even make it to week 9. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, like, excuse me. And I'm not saying the guy's completely changed, but I do think he got humbled not playing football for a while. But yeah, it seems like every time everything's going all good, some bullshit story comes out. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, why even publish that? There was no charges pressed. You know, the Bucks are okay with it. Why the fuck would you even make that story and come out, you know, a month after? You know what I mean? Like the timing of these stories, it's like, are y'all gonna wait every single time after the guy has a productive game and a good week to throw up some old irrelevant shit that didn't even matter? He threw a camera down. He cracked the camera in half. He threw a temper tantrum. It is what it is. He's got an anger problem. But who did he hurt off the field? Because there's been guys in the NFL that have literally beat up their wives. Like Greg Hardy beat the shit out of his fiance and they had the whole recording of it, him talking crazy, threatening her. He still got his job with the Cowboys. And he's doing UFC shit now. You know, Dante Stallworth killed the guy in a DUI crash. He got multiple NFL jobs after. There's been players who've done way worse than Antonio Brown. They might not be the diva and you know, all that other stuff he was doing with Oakland and Pittsburgh, but there's been guys who've done way worse, who aren't as good at what they do as what he does at the receiver position, and they got plenty of opportunities and chances. But you know how I always say, you know, a black man with a big smile on his face that has a swagger and a confidence, white fucking people hate that shit. And white sports media, they loved it when he was dancing and celebrating and he was just playing, you know, football and he was playing catch, you know, out there with Big Ben, and he was quiet and he wasn't really getting into anything. But then once you got to a certain point, they're like, okay, we don't like this guy. And Antonio Brown is like public enemy number one. So I think that's why Brady's like, come stay with me. I'll make sure you never miss practice. You'll be on time every day. He's got to hold him on this. Brady's pretty much is his like the babysitter, you know, because Arians, I mean, can you imagine playing for a head coach that publicly basically said, we don't want you, you know, and now you're playing for this guy. So, you know, I just hope Antonio Brown keeps his head up, keeps playing well, you know, stays healthy and prove these people wrong. I love proving people wrong. People say you can't do shit. Prove these people wrong that you can keep your head on straight and that you can, you know, finish the 2020 season. Because when he's healthy, there's nobody that can really stop him. But let me know what y'all think, man. They're trying to sabotage my boy Antonio Brown. Every time you turn around, it's just like bullshit stories out of nowhere. Late, like, you know, I mean, where the fuck was this at a month ago? Now you talking about, oh, well, he busted a camera. Okay, what the fuck is that? Like, these are horseplay crimes. These are elementary school shit like that. Come on, bro. You got 10-year-old kids out here doing worse shit than that. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. Hit that like button also.